So how can I continuously improve my coaching skills?
I love this question because here's one of those things where I feel like I can talk about this forever because this is what separates good from great coaches. Over the 12 years of being a coach, I have seen so many people lean in, develop so many skills in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then stop learning. And because of that, not only does their energy go down, their ways of helping clients goes down too. It's one of those things where if you stop practicing it and you're not learning and growing, your energy kind of like gets depleted. And really, you don't have any of the new tools or things that you could have learned to make you an even more powerful coach. So when I think about like all the ways that I've learned how to coach. So I've learned to coach when it comes to like hiring mentors to help teach me some of their philosophies. I've learned in so many different masterminds and training programs. I've gone through courses and I've listened to podcasts. I mean, right now I have on my podcast like 3 or 4 different coaching podcasts that share different ways, which some of them go against what we teach inside of our programs, right? But I always want to be able to be open to everything. Like I'm not afraid of learning somebody else's modality because it's going to make me better at what it is that I do. Of course, we want to think about the whole tactics, mindset, and accountability. These are the 3 things that we always talk about, right? Because they're all so powerful. And the mindset is, I'm never going to get to the end of my journey where I can't learn anything else. Mm-hmm. There's always people out there. There's always things that I can learn and develop and teach and train and help other people because there isn't one right, best, only tool ever. And so when you're hungry to grow like that and you want to keep going and going and going, you're going to become the best in the world at what you do. Because there's never a, hey, I've reached my pinnacle. Let me just go out and just start talking to people, right? Yeah. I hope that you're talking to people in between there and getting people to actually coach. But at the same time, you're always wanting to get better at your craft, right? Mm-hmm. And the better you get at it, the more time that goes by because you're like learning and growing, you're going to make yourself kind of like an indispensable person, right? That's the mindset. When it comes to the tactics is, I like to think about this in terms of like different types of modalities that I like to lean into to continue to grow. Like I love podcasts, but I don't just listen to podcasts. I love books, but I don't just read books. I'm the kind of person where I like to find content from all over and really focus on like 1 or 2 things. And then once I've completed that, ask myself, because I like to reflect, how can I implement this into the things that I'm teaching and into the clients that I actually help? And then I ask myself, what's the next thing that I need to learn? And sometimes it's based off of my clients are going through, right? Some of the struggles they're going through that maybe the 17 other tools that I have really don't work so well. And I want to find a new tool for them. And so I'm constantly wanting to learn and develop in different ways. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I think there's one thing that I want to point out is that you want to laser focus on what it is that you're learning and that it should apply to what you're wanting to learn and where you're wanting to grow. A lot of us are lifelong learners, right? And we love to consume podcasts. We love to read books and everything. But sometimes it can get really convoluted and we're just listening or just reading just for the sake of it.
Yep.
So we do want to identify what is it that I want to learn next, right? And once you identify that, then you find the resources that will help you with that. You find the tools that are going to help you with that so you can be a little bit more focused on what it is that you're learning so you're not spreading yourself too thin too.
That's such a important point. As a coach, you have the power to help your clients transform. But what if you could feel even more confident in your ability to guide them to even more amazing results? If you're ready to dive into your full potential and make a bigger impact, I'd love to support you. In a free coaching call with me, we'll explore how to boost your confidence, create even more value and results for your clients, and grow your business in alignment with your goals. Let's build a strategy together to help take your coaching business to the next level. Book your free call today. The link is below. And let's get right back into the show. We have a book club for coaches, right? It's a free book club. We'll leave it inside of the link for you guys if you don't have it. But it is where we have like 4,000 coaches who are different types of modalities, different types of teaching styles. Some of them are mentors, some of them are coaches. Like they help coach people from all over. Everybody in that group doesn't need to learn the same thing right now.
Right.
And so when we put together even the book club, right? We have a book of the month that we kind of like talk about. We put it out there and I like take surveys to see where people are. I'm not going to be able to pick a book that's going to hit everybody. Yeah. And so one of these things is sometimes when we create the book club, we're even like, hey guys, by the way, if this doesn't like align with where you need to grow, please don't read it. I don't want you to think that because you're in this book club that you have to read this exact book. You don't. You just need to find what you need to learn. Because when you think about like where it is that you want to be and where you are right now in your journey, right? There's a gap, right? And that gap is really what you have to fill. And you start that by answering this question. I am committed to getting better at blank. So what is the blink that's going to help you go from where you are to where you want to be? Now, it's not just one skill. I want to call it to that too. Because like when people hear us talking, they hear that how life coaching really changed the game for me. And like I had to put it on a credit card, $18,000 on a credit card. And then 42 days after that, I'd already paid it off. And now it's something that keeps giving me over and over and over again. But they don't hear about the 72 other skills that I had to learn in order to get there. So just thinking about like, what is the skill that I need to learn that can help me fill this gap, right? I am committed to getting better at blank. Then go all in, devour whatever you can to get better at that thing. And then the next time you sit down and you do your goals, then you can ask yourself, what's the next thing for me to lean into, right? Such a powerful thing. Yeah. Last thing is, let's talk about accountability. Accountability is the glue that always pulls everything together, right? I like to think about, in this respect, accountability a little different. I don't want to be in a group of people who are all like at the same level of growth. I want to be in a group of people where they're learning different things. They have different strengths, and they're going to be able to pour into me where I need the most help. Right? I mean, this is why we put together our Coach Accelerator, because we want to create an environment where coaches from all over can lean in and become more confident, develop more skills, and know that they're going to be able to help their clients in any situation that client brings them, right? And by doing that, and you're in an environment where a bunch of people have a bunch of different skills and strategies and strengths, you're going to be able to collectively grow like even more exponential. So I would encourage you to find people outside of your network, to find people who maybe are a few steps ahead of you, and step into a room that feels totally uncomfortable, because that is exactly the room that you need to be in.